Okay, so boom, Cancer, check this out, right? The eclipse, it just cracked something open, all right? And this week coming, y'all, this is the week that everything is going to change because Mars is diving deep into the sign of Scorpio. The sun is switching signs on us and shifting into Libra. And so, y'all, we are not just turning a page here. We are flipping the whole freaking book, okay? And Spirit is saying that, y'all, what has been hidden is about to come to the light. So, yeah, just be ready for that. And y'all, the balance that you have been craving is finally about to demand your attention. So we got to talk about it, okay? Welcome back, my loves. I am the Spiritual Bridge, and this is the Cancerian Vibe, you guys. Your one-stop shop for Cancer astrology, intuitive insights, and tarot clarity, okay? Just specifically for my Cancer placements. Just a quick housekeeping reminder, you guys. You're gonna notice my watermark on every single video from now on because of content theft. So if you happen to see my work floating around somewhere besides my official pages, which is at the Cancerian Vibe. So again, that's at the Cancerian Vibe, y'all. Please do not support it, but report it, okay? Protect this vibe, y'all. Protect our community. I appreciate you, okay? But let me give you a little bit of astrology for the week ahead, you guys, because we are still under the shadow of the new moon, partial solar eclipse in Virgo. That's kicking off kind of depending on when you start your week, Sunday. But yeah, we're gonna be still in that energy, feeling that solar eclipse in Virgo, y'all. So that means Spirit has really come and unplugged your comfort zone. All right, whether you like it or not, but Spirit came in and unplugged those comfort zones so that you would upgrade your habits. You would get your routine together. It may be uncomfortable, Cancer, but it is divinely aligned. Spirit ain't make no mistakes, okay? So, know that Mars is going to move into Scorpio this week, and that is just going to bring about just a new sense of like passion and power. No more half-stepping, Cancer. You're not going to be able to half-step after this. So either it lights you up or it gets cut off. Like, that's where we are with the energy, okay? And then, when the sun moves into the sign of Libra on the equinox, this is the fall equinox, this is gonna be really good at restoring the balance in your home and in your foundations. And I feel like Spirit is saying, it's a good time to kind of clean house, whether that means literally or energetically, okay? This is a good time to kind of just clear out the vibes, clear out the junk, clear out whatever, okay? So, Cancer, I feel like, the universe has just gave you a cosmic audit, okay? And asking you, are you building the life that you actually love, a life that you actually want to live, or are you just keeping up appearances? You just trying to survive? Like, what we got going on, Cancer? Let me know, marinate on that and let me know, okay? But if you want to go deeper, you want to get personal, you know where to find me, okay? The link is in the description box and the pinned comment section. It has everything, Cancer: my classes, my readings, my personal one-on-one sessions. Of course, while you're down there, you guys, please say hey to me in the comment section. Share what resonates for you, or just drop an emoji to let me know that you're tapped in. I really, really love interacting with you guys. Please, 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 if you find it not robbery to do this little free thing that I'm asking for you to do, leave me some good energy. Good energy on my thumbs up button, you guys. Tap that new YouTube hype button as well so that we can push this message out to as many Cancer placements as possible, you guys, and grow our tribe. I'm so extremely grateful for every single like, every single hype, every single comment, you guys. I'm eternally grateful for this vibe that we have, okay? But before I get all mushy like the Cancer I am, honey, and I got a Cancer stellium, so I'm Cancer down, honey, okay? But anyway, let's get into the cards, y'all. Welcome to your Cancer Tarot reading for the week ahead, you guys. Let's see what Spirit says the overall energy is that's guiding us for this week of September the 22nd through the 28th, okay? Thank you for clear, accurate messages, Spirit, for Cancers. Ooh, so see the humor. I like this, Cancer. Oh, this reminds me of little Milo, little bad little Milo. If you're new here and you don't know who Milo is, he my little puppy, okay? But we have the number 33 card coming out. It says, see the humor, right? And it's this dog. And I swear Milo be reading y'all sometimes too. When he around, he be reading y'all. But there are these dogs here. A dog that's leaning over and reading the cards. It reminds me of this kind of painting that is done with dogs, I think, playing poker. But I feel like this week, what Spirit is saying, the main vibe that you can't ignore this week, Cancer, is that you're just going to have to laugh your way through it, okay? I really feel like what Spirit is saying, Cancer, about this week, like, you are going to have to lighten up. You know, see the humor really reminds us to not get swallowed up by the heaviness of this eclipse and its residue that it's gonna leave, you know, or even by Mars moving into the sign of Scorpio, because that's gonna bring a sense of intensity. But sometimes the reset is just easier, you know, when you can laugh through it, you know, just kind of take a step back and not take every challenge as like a personal attack. You know, everything's not going south or whatever, just finding the humor. And then at the bottom of the deck, y'all, we have the number 15 card, be the real you. I feel like this really just confirms that Spirit wants you to release those masks and those pretenses, okay? Like, you don't have to carry around the weight of trying to be perfect, you know what I mean? Or just trying to keep up appearances. That's exactly the audit that I'm telling you that Spirit is giving you. Like, are you just trying to keep an appearance, or are you being authentically you? Okay, because really with the balance Libra season is asking for, it's gonna come from you being authentic, you know, from authenticity. So you not trying to perform or live up to this perfection or whatever. So I really feel like this week is all about perspective, you know, humor and authenticity, right? And that's really going to be the power combo. I kind of want to read the additional message for oh, it's a real quick message too. I'm being called to read it. So it says, sometimes the universe likes to surprise us. From curveballs to change plans, you have become a master at adapting with a joyful perspective. Why did I just hear it? Like, if you you know, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. I'm hearing that for somebody. Okay, but anyway, it says laughter is the best medicine, and your knack of helping others see that is a true gift. Okay, there may be those around you right now who are pretty grumpy about life, and you could be one of those people, Cancer. But try to help them see the humor in their own situation. These kind of actions raise the vibration of the planet, y'all. So this is a part of your life purpose, to help lift the spirits of those around you. And I feel like, you know, Cancer, you may be that person in your community, in your surroundings or whatever, where you're able to kind of see the brighter side of a situation, or really just kind of bring a lightness to others. So I feel like, you know, coming off of such a heavy eclipse seasons, coming off of such a heavy kind of month, you know, Spirit is really charging you to kind of live lighter. Okay, that's what I'm really seeing in this see the humor. See the humor, and it's just kind of like, you know, having to just, you know, laugh, just unclench your booty cheeks and have a good time. I feel like, you know, the humor puts you in such a good vibe, a good vibration, Cancer, that you attract the things that are that want to be around you, that you want, you know, because when somebody's in a good vibe, it's like, yeah, oh, I want to go to their house, I want to go to their party. But when somebody's in the slumps and miserable, it's like, I don't want too much to do with them. So what are you, Cancer? You know, lighten up. I feel like that's what Spirit is saying here for this week. So now here's the challenge that we're gonna face under this eclipse shadow and Libra season energy this week. So Temperance. And why do I feel like it's a big thing with balance, especially with us moving into Libra season? So Spirit is showing us the exact challenge Cancers is going to have to overcome this week, y'all. And this is big with Temperance showing up, okay? And then we have the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So our energy, definitely, I feel like emotions are going to be tied up in this, Cancer. But the real challenge is going to, how she has one foot on the ground and one foot in the water. It's going to be to balance between between those emotions. You see, just like in the Queen of Cups, she's seated and the chair is in the ground, but her feet are in the water, the emotion. So I definitely feel like the balance is gonna be to kind of find the humor, okay? Find the humor, use your emotions, find a delicate kind of flow. You see how in the Temperance she's kind of pouring the drink from one cup to another, just kind of mimicking the flow. That's what I feel like Spirit is saying the challenge is that you're gonna have to overcome this week, Cancer. And the biggest challenge, Cancer, I feel like is gonna be finding the balance in the middle of extremes, okay? Because with Mars and Scorpio kind of stirring up that intensity, y'all, I was giving you a fair warning about that. And then Libra season pulling up, pulling up on us. It's pulling us definitely towards a sense of like harmony. And I feel like Spirit is saying the hard part is going to be for you to keep your emotional equilibrium, especially because with the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, this shows what's at stake for you. And I feel like your emotional mastery, like you mastering your emotion, is going to be key here. Cancer, the challenge is going to be like not drowning in your feelings, not drowning in your emotions, but letting learning to hold space for your emotions, you know what I mean? And you can still have a sense of peace while doing so. You can choose to have peace while still honoring your emotions. And I feel like, it's going to be about responding and not necessarily reacting this week. So the real test isn't what happens outside of you. It's whether you can keep your inner waters calm. I kind of feel the vibe. I don't know why. I'm not going to claim this for your week, but I feel like somebody could say something. Something could be done this week where it's just like, your emotions may want to react impulsively, but Spirit is saying really keep the balance, really laugh it off, because I feel like whatever it is, it's not personal towards you, although your emotions could make you feel like that at first, Cancer. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Temperance is very much so like moderation as well too. You know what I mean? It's like it is kind of being the bigger person, and I feel like it comes from this wisdom from the week, right? But let's ask how does Cancer best navigate the week ahead? So how do we actually navigate this energy without losing ourselves, Spirit? Cancer, this is Spirit's playbook for making it through the week with balance and peace. So, in the Nine of Swords is showing up. See, but the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Wands is here at the bottom of the deck. And why I feel like this Nine of Swords is showing up, Cancer, to tell you not to worry. Like, I don't know, Cancer, what Cancer got their booty cheeks clenched out there, honey. And it has been messing up your sleep. Whatever this situation is, I do feel like Spirit is saying, look at the brighter side. There's a sense to not overanalyze your emotions and take things for what they are this week. You know what I mean? But I feel like, excuse me, but I feel like with the Nine of Swords coming out, y'all, Spirit really says that the way to navigate this week is not by letting that anxiety or that overthinking take over. You can't let your fears, anxiety take the wheel, Cancer, because this Nine of Swords, it shows those sleepless nights and that mental spiral that you kind of let yourself. I know how we can get imaginative and let our mind just go, Cancer, but this, pulling this card in this position, I feel like is just speaking of the awareness. All right, you can catch yourself before you drown in the worry. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you to do. Things are going to be moving very quickly. Eight of Wands. And I feel like too, with the Eight of Wands underneath, Spirit is saying move the energy around. This may be a definite good week to kind of be active. Don't just sit in it. Don't just sit in your emotions. When stress hits or fear hits, Cancer, channel that into like some momentum. You know what I mean? Get things moving, and it may be time to have that conversation or take action or whatever it is. You just can't stay stuck in your head, okay? You cannot stay stuck in your head. So I feel like the strategy for this week, Cancer, is simple. When your thoughts start racing, you know what I mean? It's time to get up, to choose movement, okay, over being stagnant or just laying and wallowing in misery or whatever. Spirit says keep it flowing, okay? Keep things light, keep things airy. Like this is gonna be your task for this week, to kind of keep things light, keep things flowing and keep things moving, Cancer. Like that's definitely the energy with this Eight of Wands. It's a movement kind of vibe, okay? So with all that being said, let's move over into love and relationships. Let's see. Now, what is happening in love and relationships for Cancer this week, Spirit? Spirit, show us what's happening for Cancers in love and relationships this week. What is happening in love and relationships for Cancer this week, Spirit? Ooh, so something is naturally evolving. We have natural evolution. So Spirit is saying let the situation unfold naturally. This is not your time to worry your way around it. This is not your time to try to control it, Cancer, when it comes to your love life, no matter what's going on, no matter what stage you're in, whether you're single, mingling, whatever you are, whether you are coupled, whether you're with your soulmate. Spirit is saying that things are naturally evolving this week, okay? And this could definitely be a symptom, quote unquote, of this eclipse that has happened. As we're moving into Libra season, balance is coming into play, so things are naturally evolving. And so Cancer, what I feel like Spirit is really saying too about love this week, like things of course are meant to unfold naturally, so like you can't rush it, you can't force it, you just have to kind of allow connections to grow at their own pace or die at their own pace, whichever, okay? There has been this this forgiveness energy has been showing up for us, Cancer. It's underlying here again, and I really just feel like it's showing that healing from the past is going to still be a part of this process, right? So you know, this could be you having to forgive yourself, forgive a partner, or even just the idea of love itself. However it's resonating for you, I feel like Spirit says only after you truly forgive, that's when you're able to evolve. You know what I mean? So the message here is clear. You got to let the love be organic this week, all right? If it's meant to be, it will flow, okay, Cancer? If it's not, it's not, all right? But do not block your blessings by trying to hold on to an old pain or hold on to an old plan or trying to control something that just cannot be in your control, Cancer, all right? It's just not going to work out the way that you want it to, okay? And look, so the energy of momentum is here. So I do feel like things where we have felt like September was slow, y'all, things are picking back up. There is definitely the energy of momentum. The Eight of Wands is definitely wanting to be seen this reading, okay? But let's finally look and see what energy is guiding money and career for Cancers this week. What energy is guiding money and career for Cancers this week? What energy is guiding money and career for Cancers this week, Spirit? Ooh. So we have belief death that's showing up. So the Ten of Swords that's coming out. Two of Wands here at the bottom of the deck with strategic moves, all right? So, but look, this is the belief death. And I'm glad that it showed up over here with the swords, because definitely I feel like this is tied to where you're going to have to kind of see the lighter things, the brighter things, Cancer, okay? Spirit is asking you to outgrow the limits that they gave you. They could even be you. You could be the person putting limits on yourself. This could be family, friends, society, whatever. But Spirit is saying you have to undergo a full mental transformation. And this is what I feel like the big energy of this week is, like just seeing things lighter, staying positive, staying happy, okay? Not only so that you can feel a little happier, so that you can make the moves that you need to, picking the move that multiplies, the strategic move, right, Cancer? So when it excuse me, so when it comes to your money and career, Cancer, I feel like Spirit is saying it is time for just full on mental transformation, okay? Belief death is not just about outgrowing the limits that people place on you. It's about the programming around what you can or you can't earn, or what you can or you can't do, or what's realistic and what's not realistic, or what's possible. You know what I mean? That mindset is what Spirit is saying is having to die off, you know? And especially with the underlying energy, with the strategy, the strategic moves, I feel like it really is just confirmation. This, you can't be reckless, right? It's about playing checkers, or playing chess, not checkers, you know what I mean? So every shift that you're about to make now is a bigger part, it's part of a bigger plan, really, that is going to multiply later. So I feel like Cancer Spirit is saying that the move that you need to make, or the more that you break out of these old beliefs, Cancer, the more that you are going to make room for, you know, being able to hear the strategy, one, but also the more room you're going to have for this intentional energy and choices that are going to set you up for long-term success. And that's what I feel like is really ideal here, Cancer, because the limits that I feel like you have on yourself, they're tied to you emotionally in some kind of way. But so I'm going to pull a final message for the week. I think we're going to pull a message from Archangel Michael. But I really feel like this eclipse really did kind of set some things in motion, Cancer. And now, you know, now that we're kind of under the shadow of this new moon partial solar eclipse in Virgo, you're gonna really kind of be pulled out of your comfort zone. And your comfort zone definitely includes the beliefs that you have for yourself. It's kind of like your self-concept. So your self-concept could definitely be needing to be upgraded at this time, Cancer. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull a final message for the week. Final message for Cancer to take with them throughout this week, Spirit. Oh. So, look, no, it is not yet time. So, no, it is not yet time is showing up. Your loved ones are safe. That message has been showing up around us, Cancer. I don't know what Cancer is dealing with. You could be dealing with maybe an aging parents, or just people in your family, people that you care about. There could be, the message I'm getting with that, Cancer, you're concerned about somebody, and I'm not telling you not to be concerned about someone that you love or care for, but you have to be careful because, and especially now that we're coming into Libra season, you're going to have to find the balance in caring for others and caring for yourself, because sometimes you can be so, you know, caring of other people that you forget about yourself, Cancer. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying. Like, let go of your fear and worry, and know that Spirit is looking out for your loved ones. Like, you're trying to, I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to free you from, that responsibility or that heavy load. So know that. All right. But so we got the number 20 card. No, it is not yet time. So it says, this is not the divine right time to take action. Please be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. And so, Cancer, this could definitely tie back to the urgent message that I did on the channel yesterday, where Spirit, you know, kind of talked about a really big kind of shift happening in the next couple of weeks. If you missed that message, definitely go back to the channel and check that out. But I'm going to read the additional message for the no, it's not yet time, okay? Because there's something I feel like you're needing to be very strategic about, you know? And yes, move fast when you get the clarity, but don't make haste waste. You know what I mean? So the message here says, the human experience by its very nature creates impatience, right? You are a soul living the illusion of planet Earth. The soul within you is used to everything you want being presented to you instantly. That's that gratification, instant gratification. But when your soul is not in a body, you can merely think of who you wish to see and immediately be together. You can envision an experience you want to have, and then poof, you have that experience. The soul in you remembers that. So you create cell phones for instant connection via voice, video, or text, aircraft and trains to get you from here to there quickly, and other devices that your ancient ancestors would be unable to distinguish from magic. However, you are not in this illusion alone, okay? Being in the physical world is a similar experience to that of playing a video game with others. So, sometimes the timings of things need to work with multiple people's schedules. So, in other words, it's not just about you. So, maybe you wish to sell your home right away, but the perfect buyers don't have the financing yet. As impatient as you can be, sometimes you just have to wait. I feel like Spirit has been telling us that, and I know it kind of sucks to hear it, Cancer, but sometimes you just have to wait, and that's where you need to lighten up and see the humor in having to wait, right? Because it's about how you wait as well. But it says this is one of those times that calls for patience. If you are asking about the immediate future, you need to wait just a bit longer and allow things to remain on hold. That's what I feel like Spirit is saying with the natural evolution. Like, that's really just a big message of this week, Cancer. You can't force nothing. You can't make nothing happen. You just got to sit back and ride this wave, okay? You will know when the right time comes along, because your guardian angels and I will give you signs that will be impossible to dismiss, okay? But for now, let a little more sand pass through the hourglass before proceeding, okay? So it's like, when the light turns green, you don't just instantly take off, or at least I don't, because I done almost got hit that way. And let me tell you, one good time, I hesitate when I go into an intersection on a green light, okay? I still look both ways like I'm at a stop sign. And that's what I feel like Spirit is trying to tell us to do here, Cancer. To not rush into anything just because now, yes, the energy is going to shift. It's going to feel different. I told you Mars moving into Scorpio. That's going to bring some intensity, y'all, but definitely things are going to start picking up, but that doesn't mean be hasteful, okay? So just to recap the week, I feel like the week really kicks off with massive shifts, y'all. Mars moving into Scorpio is going to demand you to be all in. It calls for all in energy. No more half stepping, Cancer. The sun moving into Libra is going to restore balance. And then that eclipse residue that we're coming up off of is going to make sure that you don't settle for less, okay? Because it's making sure you get a new sense of your comfort zone, okay? Spirit is giving you a cosmic reset, Cancer. And if you don't hear nothing else, take advantage of it, okay? But I think I'm gonna leave the reading here. If this reading resonated with you guys, please don't forget to like it, share it with another Cancerian. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And of course, remember, if you want or need personalized guidance, if you're ready for that, Cancer, click the link in my bio, in my description box, in my description, to book your reading, grab one of my classes, schedule a one-on-one session with me, whatever you need, okay? This is your season to reset, Cancer, so take advantage of it, okay? And laugh this week, okay? Unclench your booty cheeks and laugh. That's all I got for you, all right? I'm gonna leave it here, boo. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, love you.